All right. From the West Quad Gymnasium at Brooklyn College, you are watching Brooklyn College Bulldogs basketball on YouTube.com, your home for everything Brooklyn. And tonight, it's the Brooklyn College men's and women's Bulldogs in doubleheader action against CUNYAC rival the Hunter College Hawks in the second game of in the second meeting of these two teams here for the 2024-25 season. Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Perriente, along with my broadcast partners Sean Markusic and Pat Brown. And gentlemen, the women's Bulldogs were coming off a very tough defeat against Hunter back at the Sportsplex, going all the way back to January 15th, barely 3 weeks ago. It was a 72-59 loss. Bulldogs were down a couple of their main players. But Coach Soletto admitted to us earlier this was a game where he felt the Bulldogs beat themselves in that matchup.
Well, I'll tell you this. It's a tale of one quarter. Brooklyn College avenged their loss to Lehman last week, and now they get the chance to avenge their loss to Hunter. Listen, they didn't have Estrella, they didn't have Daniel, they didn't have McMullen, so Hunter's going to see a totally different Brooklyn College team than they did that one.
Well, it's very interesting when you look at what this Brooklyn College team has become over the past couple of weeks, really starting to find their flow, find their rhythm, find their momentum, and finally getting healthy, really making a push towards the playoffs. I really feel like Brooklyn's going to come out strong tonight. They need to. They found a real new starting lineup with the energy of Daniel. I really feel like Brooklyn can carry that momentum into tonight. For the fourth time this year, Mia Daniel was named Rookie of the Week. And ever since putting her in the lineup, the Bulldogs put a 21-point trouncing on Lehman College just 4 days ago here at the Quad. And Coach Soletto said this team is yet to go on that roll, but he feels like this team can go on a run. It's there. It's just a matter of when that run is happening. Are we maybe beginning to see the Bulldogs go on that run that we feel they're capable of doing?
This is the time of season when you want that run to happen. You didn't want to peak too soon early in the season. You want to be peaking right toward the tournament. And I think with the installation of Daniel in the starting lineup, along with Aaliyah Rafat, I think this is the time that Brooklyn can go on that run and put a 1 at the end of that loss column for Hunter.
Well, Hunter is yet to lose in CUNYAC play. Can the Bulldogs be the one to end that streak? Well, we're going to find that out very soon. And for the women to have Estrella, to have Kitch back in the lineup compared to the last meeting, this is very important. And you're going to have to shut down a very game Hunter College team, which is very difficult to defend against at times. Alexa Charles leads the way, averaging 27 points per game. Hunter's scoring 71 a game, giving up just 52, and Alexa Charles is a big reason of that, why they're where they are right now. Alexa Charles is definitely a big reason of that. Last 5 games having all double-doubles, 2 of those games 30-plus points, really finding her groove, really finding her rhythm, has the ability to knock down the three. Brooklyn needs to keep her away from the three-point line, needs to keep her away from the driving kick out into the paint. And Rocco Soletto told us right before the game, Brooklyn needs to close out quarters better. It was that second and third quarter, Brooklyn kind of got caught up in the stagnant offense that really cost them and really had to come back from behind against Hunter. In addition to that, just taking proper care of the basketball. The turnovers have been the biggest problem throughout this season, and we're hoping maybe are the Bulldogs beginning to turn that tide on that, and maybe now we're starting to see the turnovers become less of a thing as the season goes on.
Their rebounding has been strong on both defense and offensive glass. Turnovers, they actually turn their opponents over more than they turn the ball over. Brooklyn actually scores more points off of turnovers, but it's the timing of those turnovers that kills the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs are going to have to be prepared to play a clean 4 quarters, play a clean 40 minutes, because Hunter's not going to give you many opportunities, and when they do, you have to take advantage of them. So the Bulldogs are going to have to really be able to keep Alexa Charles at bay, and that's going to be a challenge in itself. But we'll see if the Bulldogs can do that here tonight, and I think we're due for a very exciting game here, and it's an important game if you're the Bulldogs in the CUNYAC standings, and you want to try to at least see if you can leapfrog Hunter with the remaining games to go in the year. So right now we're going to take a little break. We're going to turn it over to our PA announcer, Alan Zero, who will have our national anthem, and then we'll have the opening starters and the tip-off here from the West Quad. Thank you, Pat. What's up?
And a very beautiful rendition of our national anthem here from the West Quad Gymnasium. Brooklyn College Women's Bulldogs set to take on the Hunter College Hawks. And Sean, you have the opening lineups, the starting lineups for the Hunter Hawks.
For the Hunter Hawks, it's number 1 junior guard, 5'8" from Tarrytown, New York, Sleepy Hollow High School, Alexa Charles. Number 2, senior guard, 5'3" from East Brunswick, New Jersey, East Brunswick High School.
Charles is 0.
Oh, no. And number 1, Elisa Cosillo. Number 2, senior forward, 5'10" from Middletown, New York, Missouri Valley, Katie Burke. Senior guard forward, 5'8" from Bronx, New York, Marble High School. Number 14, Ilya Yodi. And junior forward, 6'4" from the Bronx, number 42, Gianna Henriquez. Head coach is John Garrett in his 10th season alongside assistant coaches Madison Leslie, Maya Thompson, and student manager Mona Yawan.
All right. For the Brooklyn College Bulldogs, we have a jersey change today. Dior Dorsey will be in the lineup, but she'll be wearing number 5 instead of 10 today. The 5'7" sophomore out of Newdorp High School from Staten Island, New York. She'll wear number 5 and play the 1. Amia Daniel, this is the big change in the lineup. Amia Daniel, who started the last game, she's in the starting lineup again. Number 13, the 5'7" freshman out of Uncommon Charter High School from Brooklyn, New York. She'll wear number 13. Aliyah Rafat, the 5'11" senior forward out of Live Oaks High School from San Martin, California. She'll wear number 21 and play the 3. Anna Kitch, the 5'9" junior out of Putnam Science Academy from New York, New York. She'll wear number 23 and play the 4. And Alina Estrella, the 5'6" grad, Brooklyn, New York from James Madison High School, will wear number 24 and play 5. Megan Campbell, the head coach of this team, alongside Amalia Sedaris, Rocco Soletto, Brittany Bowen, Nicole Francomano, Stanley Feverin, and Michael Watson. The officials for today's game are going to be Paulo Trujillo, Charvez Brown, and Leah Smith will be the officials for here this game tonight. Bulldogs are going to be wearing their white uniforms with maroon trim. The Hunter Hawks are wearing their purple uniforms with gold trim and white. And this is going to be very interesting, Sean. How are the Bulldogs going to contain Alexa Charles? You take Charles away, this whole offense of Hunter goes away with it.
Absolutely, if you take Charles away. But it's going to be a concerted effort. It can't just be one person guarding on Charles. Brooklyn's going to need to send a couple of different switches at her all game.
And we have the opening tip-off, and it's won by Hunter. And taken at the left wing, this is Aliyah Yode. Ball's going out of bounds. Stays Hunter ball as we're 6 seconds into the first quarter. And the Bulldogs are going to have to play a good defensive game here against the Hawks. Inbounding it will be Cosio. Here's a long short 3. In and out, no good from Katie Burke. And it's rebounded by Dorsey. Handing it off to Estrella, and she crosses half court. Estrella, top of the key, watched by Alexa Charles. Estrella directs the offense. Swings it to the right wing side for Dior Dorsey. Dorsey to the top of the key for Alina Estrella. Now to the left wing for Amia Daniel. Far left corner for Anna Kitch. Top of the key, Estrella. The ball went over her head and just saved a backcourt. No. Did the referee call the backcourt? Yeah, he called the backcourt violation. I thought for a moment Estrella had saved it, but the ball sailed a little too high. Estrella tried to save that from going out of bounds, but a turnover against Brooklyn.
Good effort by Estrella. A little bit of a collapsed possession there for Brooklyn, not able to maintain possession as here comes Hunter.
Cosio now at the top of the key. Watched by Estrella. Cosio tries to make a move around Estrella and does. Gives it to the right wing for Burke. Inside and down low, and couldn't finish the basket there was Henriquez, but right off the backboard putting it home was Alexa Charles, and it's quickly 2-0 Hunter as the Hawks take the first lead. Daniel drives right low post, threw it away and turned it over to Yode, and now here comes Alexa Charles. 3 to beat. Charles drives. Shot is up. Counted and a foul. The Bulldogs just did not defend that quick rush by Alexa Charles on a 3-on-1, and Charles went in for the easy N1. Will go to the line for a free throw. 2
straight baskets there for Charles. Brooklyn speeding up in offense. Kind of got a little lackadaisical. Charles comes back, coast to coast, and puts it up and in.
Foul was against Anna Kitch. That is her first. Free throw coming for Charles is up, and it's good. And the Hawks take an early 5-0 lead. 8:55 remaining here in the first. Estrella crossing half court, right wing for Dorsey. Now top of the key, Estrella. Estrella watched by Cosio. Left wing for Amia Daniel. Daniel kicks it out to the top for Dorsey. Right wing, Estrella. Long cross court to the left for Daniel. Now back far left. Rafat. Right low post. Amia Daniel drives in. Good short distance. Finds Kitch for a shot. Little too strong. Dorsey the rebound. Shot was blocked on the way down. Dorsey a second chance. Try to put it on. Cannot. Dorsey regained the ball. Lost it out of bounds, but deflected by Hunter. And it's Brooklyn ball with 8:25 to go.
Right. Good effort there by Dorsey. Gian to sort of partially block that layup at the rim.
Dorsey looking for some space. Kicks it out to Daniel. Far left wing Estrella. Fires a long three. Air ball. It did not hit the rim. And it's rebounded by Hunter. Cosio crossing half court. And now Cosio will slow things down. Watched by Estrella. Cosio drives. Back out to Katie Burke. Now right wing for Charles. Watched by Dorsey. Charles swings it far down low. Tried to hit Katie Burke at the left post, but overthrew it out of bounds. And it's Brooklyn ball.
Brooklyn needs to settle themselves down here a little bit. Playing a little too fast right now.
And the Bulldogs need to temper that speed. You don't want to allow Hunter to break this open early. And you don't want to be fighting from behind if you're Brooklyn. Here's Estrella, top of the key. Swings to the left wing for Amia Daniel. Now top of the key for Dorsey. Watched by Charles. Right wing for Kitch. Kitch is going to fire a long three. No good, but fouled on a three-point attempt was Kitch. It's the first foul against Hunter. We'll check the foul. It's going to be against number 14, Alaya Yode. So Yode picks up her first with 7:52 to go.
Good defense there by Yode, but leaned in a little too much after Kitch released the shot.
First free throw from Kitch is good. Bulldogs trail 5-1. That's their first points of the game. And now the second free throw coming for Kitch. Second free throw's up, and it's good. So 2 out of 2 so far for Anna Kitch. And hitting free throws is going to be very important tonight against a team like Hunter. Third free throw is up, and it's good. 3 for 3 is Kitch from the line. Bulldogs trail 5-3. 7:50 to go in the first. Swing it across is Cosio to Burke. Now back along cross-court left wing for Cosio. Cosio slows things down, and Dorsey on her there. Dorsey, good defense on Cosio. Cosio now to the right wing. Swings out top for Alexa Charles. Charles drives in, lost the ball, fight for the ball on the ground, and Brooklyn, they call it travel against Brooklyn, which I find kind of interesting. The ball was a loose scrum for the basketball that Brooklyn fell on top of.
It was a loose scrum, and it seemed like Dorsey came away with it and passed it out, and then the refs kind of made a late call there.
Not sure about that one, but it's a travel regardless. And now Henriquez drives in. Shot is too strong off the backboard, and Daniel grabs the rebound. Bulldogs a chance to tie. Swinging it to the right wing for Dorsey. Dorsey drives, kicks it out to Rafat. Here's Kitch, short 2. Shot is a little too strong, rebounded by Henriquez, and Hunter comes away the other way. Here's Cosio left wing, driving on Estrella. Cosio swings it out to Henriquez. Henriquez drives, shot is up, and it's good off the backboard and in. And Hunter goes up 7-3.
She sort of just went around the Leah, realized the gap was there right under the basket along the baseline.
Now Estrella drives in. Back to Rafat now. Dorsey will take a short floater. That shot was an air ball, but good save by Amia Daniel to keep that alive for Brooklyn. As Bulldogs will get another possession. Here is Dorsey. Swings it out to Kitch. Far left wing, Estrella. A long 3 off the rim, too strong. Amia Daniel grabs the offensive board. Top of the key, Estrella. Kitch fires for 3. Off the rim, too strong. But right there was Daniel, and she's fouled from behind. And once again, Daniel will go to the Bulldogs will go to the line for another 2 free throws. And it's going to be against Katie Burke. That's her first. So second team foul on Hunter with 6:32 to go. So the Bulldogs will go back to the line.
See, a possession like that embodies what Amia Daniel means to this team, the second, third effort, not giving up on the loose ball.
You see how important it is having her out there to get those second chances. Free throw from Daniel is too strong. First missed free throw for the Bulldogs. Second free throw coming. Second free throw coming for Amia Daniel. Shot is up and it's good. Bulldogs trail 7-4. So all 4 of the Bulldogs' points have been from the charity stripe so far.
Brooklyn, last few minutes, they're starting to get some good looks at the basket that just aren't falling.
And that's what you want to be able to do against Hunter. You have to be able to break down their interior defense. Last time Hunter played a lot of isolation, and the Bulldogs played right into that isolation. So they're really looking to change that here tonight. Here's a short jumper from Alexa Charles. Shot is too strong, and grabbed by Estrella on the rebound.
It seemed like Charles was a little surprised to be that wide open and kind of rushed the jumper on the turnaround.
Dorsey, far right wing for Amia Daniel. Here's Rafat taking a short jumper. In and out, no good. Rebound, and the ball is taken by Hunter. We get a foul against Brooklyn. That's going to be their second team foul.
That's on Amia Daniel.
We'll check the foul. It's on Dior Dorsey. That's going to be her first. So second team foul. So both teams at this point have 2 fouls each. And lost it out of bounds. Lost out of bounds by Aaliyah Yodé. She had no idea the ball was, I don't think she even knew the ball was coming to her.
Right, Katie Burke kind of passed it right back to her. But Yodé had no idea.
Big break this is for Brooklyn. Let's see if they can take advantage. And the ball is on the ground but kept alive by Kitch. Far right wing, watched by Charles. Now inside to Estrella. Inside to Dorsey. She'll take a jumper. Little too strong. Rebounded by Rafat. Fires a jumper and finally puts it home. Bulldogs' first field goal of the night. They trail 7-6 with 5:33 to go.
And here comes the press by the Bulldogs as well.
And traveling called against Hunter.
Yep.
And now Hunter's beginning to implode a bit.
Brooklyn could now feel the momentum swing in this quarter here a little bit.
And now the Bulldogs looking to get the lead here for the first time. Hunter getting ready to make a sub. Right wing, this is Amia Daniel. Top of the key for Estrella. Estrella, left wing for Dorsey. Dorsey looking. Right wing for Estrella. Estrella was blocked on the shot, no call. Kitch corrals the rebound. Kitch gets it out to Estrella, right wing. Now to Daniel. Daniel fires for 3. Off the rim a little too strong. And fighting for the rebound again is Dorsey. Swings it out to Daniel. Daniel with a jumper. And a score from the left post. Amia Daniel puts it home. And the Bulldogs up 8-7.
Amia Daniel did a good job of going to where the ball was, understanding the space on the court that she had for that jumper.
The Bulldogs are now dictating the pace, and the offensive rebounding has been a big reason why. 4:40 to go. The one thing with Hunter, they are not a big team as far as size, so you can get rebounds against them if you're patient enough. Henriquez gets the friendly roll off the side of the rim. Hunter goes back up 9-8.
And just look at the defensive intensity on that possession by Brooklyn at the top of the key.
They picked it up, absolutely. Daniel with a shot off the side rim, no good. Alexa Charles picks it up. Bulldogs are going 2 back. Charles drives in. Charles drives, gets around the double team of Kitch and Estrella and puts it home. Bulldogs trail 11-8.
Split the defenders, scoop layup. Good move by Charles.
That's the second time Charles has done that today. Another turnover. Here comes Charles. Kitch tries to get back. Kitch drives, shot too strong. This time, Charles went a little too quick. Estrella top the key. Estrella drives, out to Kitch, out to Rafat for 3. Off the rim, a little too strong. Rebounded by Cosio. 3:50 to go in the first, 11-8 Hunter.
And now Cosio's going to slow it down here a little bit.
Cosio crossing half court, watched by Dorsey, watched by Estrella. Top of the key, swinging it inside Yodé. Right wing Henriquez. Henriquez. Offensive foul is called against Henriquez. Third foul. Third team foul against Hunter. And now the Bulldogs will make their first subs. In will come Brianna Gutierrez. She'll replace Dorsey. And coming in for Hunter, replacing Ocosio, is going to be number 11. That is Kimberly Lau. And now Estrella calls out a play. 3:30 to go here in the first. Estrella tries to make a move around that's Makeda Murray, who also checked in for Hunter. Tries to make a move around Murray. She checked in. Here's Kitch firing for 3. Little too strong off the board. Rebounded by Amia Daniel. Daniel swings it out to Kitch. Right wing Estrella. Estrella for 3. Bang!
Good.
Big 3 and another big rebound by Amia Daniel. And it is 11 all here in the first.
Good ball movement by Brooklyn, getting Alina open.
Driving it inside. Left wing. Murray checked in, by the way, for Yodé. That was the other sub for Hunter. Left wing, this is Lau. Lau looking. Lau swings it out to Makeda Murray. Murray drives in, and Murray got the bucket and a foul. I thought for a minute Murray might have traveled. It looked to me like there was a lot of steps more than dribble.
It looked like a travel, but refs call continuation on that play as the contact was on her way up.
Substitution coming in now. Mary Dolgen enters the game, replacing Rafat. Henriquez also comes out, and coming in to replace her is Kennedy Dury. Free throw coming for Murray is good, and Hunter goes back up by 3. Leads have been going back and forth now for the last 2 minutes. Bulldogs briefly led by 1. But Hunter quickly turned the tables, and they're back up to 14-11. Swings it out cross court to Daniel. Now right wing for Gutierrez. Gutierrez swings it out to the far right for Estrella. Estrella back out to Gutierrez. Left wing. Swings it out to Daniel. Fires for three. In and out. No good. Rebounded by Alexa Charles. And here comes Charles driving and slows things down. Charles, top of the key, hands it off to Lau. Lau with 2:10 to go. Lau, watched by Gutierrez. Swings it inside to Charles. She fires a jumper. Off the side of the rim. No good. Daniel rebounds and gives it to Estrella. Estrella, right wing, Gutierrez. Far left wing, swings it out to Daniel. Daniel thought about a move, did not go inside. Top of the key, Estrella. Swings it out to Kitch. Kitch fires for three. Off the side of the rim, no good. Oh, Gutierrez with a good effort to win that ball back. Dolgen swings it to Kitch. Out to Gutierrez. Gutierrez for three. Too strong. Rebound, Gutierrez. Swings it inside. Kitch fires it. Count it! Plus a foul! Oh, the offensive rebounding by the Bulldogs has been incredible to watch.
Non-stop effort, moving all around the ball. You could see Gutierrez knew that open three was not going to go down, so she ran towards the ball to get it back and out to Kitch.
Foul's called on Alexa Charles. That is her first. Estrella is going to take a seat. Bulldogs will make a sub. In comes Audrey Waldvogel. Kitch will now get the free throw to tie, and it is good. Got the friendly in beside bounce. Danae McMullen is also going to check in the game. She replaces Kitch. So now the Bulldogs are going with a full bench, minus Amia Daniels starting. So you have Dolgen, McMullen, Waldvogel, Gutierrez, and Daniel on the court for Brooklyn. And here comes Hunter. And driving it, Murray had the ball blocked on the pass, but kept it alive. Driving it inside to Lau. Minute 26 to go. We are tied at 14. Driving it inside. Whistle traveling call against Hunter. Another turnover, and Brooklyn will take possession. A chance to get the lead back.
Good momentum shift there for Brooklyn. Let's see if they can close out this 120 and regain the lead here.
Bulldogs have really turned things around over the last 3-4 minutes of this first quarter. Bulldogs have really dictated the pace better. They've adjusted defensively, and now they're beginning to find a groove. Here's Daniel left wing. Now top of the key for Waldvogel. Right wing for Gutierrez. Gutierrez, watched by Makeda Murray, was able to get the ball back. Dolgen will fire for three. Off the side rim, no good. McMullen grabs it and saves it. Back out to Waldvogel, now to Daniel. Far left wing, now top of the key for Waldvogel. Waldvogel, left wing for Daniel. Driving it in. Dolgen, right wing Gutierrez, fires for three and scores! Brianna Gutierrez from downtown. Bulldogs go up three. Oh, it was only a 2-point shot. So it's a 2-point lead for Brooklyn.
Gutierrez has done a fantastic job the minute she's gotten this quarter, moving around the court at all times.
And I think this is really where she can be utilized to her strength. Here's a three for Charles. It's too strong. Rebounded by Dolgen. Fights around the double team and hands it off to Waldvogel. Waldvogel drives. Down low to Gutierrez. Shot is up. No good. No call. And Charles rebounds. Hunter can hold for the last possession if they want. But Charles will take the shot. And the shot is no good. Brooklyn trying to fight for the loose ball. It's Brooklyn possession. 12 seconds. And now Dorsey's coming back in for Brooklyn. Definitely want to probably put the ball in Dorsey's hands for a shot. Hunter's going to make a sub of their own. In comes Sophie Stratton. She'll replace Alexa Charles in the final 12 seconds of the first quarter. Bulldogs have the lead. They can hold for the last shot.
And I believe that they will here.
Here's Waldvogel with 10 seconds, now 9. Waldvogel getting past Lau and crosses half court. Lost the ball. Waldvogel somehow got it to McMullen. 1 second. McMullen fires a shot off the backboard, no good. And that will do it for a very entertaining first quarter. Hunter led 5-0 early, but the Bulldogs adjusted and were finally able to come away with a 16-14 lead going into the second quarter.
16-14 lead. The effort here all game of Mia Daniel has been fantastic.
You have to love it, Sean, and this is the effort that the Bulldogs need to continue to play with. And those offensive rebounds were a big reason why the Bulldogs were able to gain that momentum, get the lead. Sometimes it's those small plays that we don't talk about, the offensive rebounding, the offensive rebounds, getting those second, third chance opportunities. They can lead to good things. It tires out the defense. It drops the morale of your defense.
It tires out the defense, and Brianna Gutierrez is another one 4 minutes off the bench in this first quarter, moving around the court at all times, doing whatever the team needs her to do, and playing a very valuable role in the momentum that Brooklyn here is going to carry over into the second quarter.
What I liked was the Bulldogs were attacking the basket. That was one of the great things I wanted to see the Bulldogs do. They didn't do that in the early first few minutes, but once the quarter really kind of started, as the quarter ticked down, then you saw the Bulldogs attacking that paint. You saw them going for the basket. You saw them going for the loose chances. Yeah. And you have to be able to do that against a team like Hunter. You have got to play with no fear against them.
It seemed like there was a lid on the basket. Once Brooklyn got that first field goal, the defensive intensity increased.
Well, and the numbers speak for themselves. Bulldogs with 13 offensive rebounds. Hunter with just 1. We'll go through more of the stats in a minute, but right now, Sean, on the mic for the second quarter.
Pass out to Dorsey. Dorsey will reset back to Gutierrez. Gutierrez is going to drive. Kick out. 3 by Voldvogel is off. Chase down rebound by Dolgen. Couldn't collect, and that'll be Hunter ball.
Just did not quite anticipate that save there. Did Dorsey. Dolgen made a great play to save that from going out of bounds, but Dorsey could not handle the ball. It's going to be Hunter ball.
As number 11, Michelle Stucci brings up the possession here for Brooklyn. Out to Kennedy. Inside to Charles. Charles up and around in the three-point play opportunity for Alexa Charles.
And that's the one person, if you're the Bulldogs, you can't let Charles beat you inside the post. She has just too good a shot. Foul's called against Brooklyn. We'll check the foul. Didn't see who the foul was against.
Free throws up and good. Alexa Charles has been aggressive to start this game. 16-17, Hunter retakes the lead. Front court pass out to Gutierrez. Back to Voldvogel. Out to Dolgen for the 3 is good. 19-17, Brooklyn leads. Here comes the full court press by the Bulldogs. Pass out over the front court. Up ahead pass to Kennedy for 3. No good. Chase down rebound by McMullen. And Voldvogel will bring it up for the Bulldogs. Outlet pass to Dorsey. Dorsey back to Voldvogel. Voldvogel resets and calls out a play. Back to Gutierrez. Has the open 3. Will take it. It's off. Rebound fought for and the foul is called.
They called a loose ball foul on Hunter there. We'll check the foul. Yodé is getting ready to check in. It's going to be against Kennedy Dury. That's going to be her first. And Dury will sit, and back in comes Aaliyah Yodé.
Dorsey under Brooklyn's own basket. 20 seconds left on the shot clock.
Estrella back in for Brooklyn as well. She'll replace Waldvogel.
Yep, Estrella now has the possession, top of the key, out to Dorsey. Dorsey drives. Estrella shoots the 3. No good. Offensive rebound. Another one for Brooklyn. Taken by Gutierrez. Pass around to Dolgen again. 3 this time is no good. And rebounded by Gianna.
That was a good look. The same spot Dolgen hit the last 3.
Yep, up head pass to Charles. She's looking around as Hunter will reset the possession. Excellent job by Estrella and Dorsey staying up top of the key. Sending out that defense.
Travel on Henriquez.
Henriquez traveled as she collected that ball along the baseline. Couldn't gather it. 19-17, 18-13 left here, 8-13 left here to go in the second quarter as Alina Estrella brings up the possession for the Bulldogs.
That's what you want to do. Put the ball in the hands of someone that's not as good at handling the ball on the dribble.
Force the ball out of Alexa Charles' hands and not let her set her offense. Pass out to McMullen. She thought about it. Back to Dorsey. Dorsey back to Dolgen. Dolgen shoots a 3 and knocks it down.
Dolgen.
Her second 3 of the quarter.
Dolgen not hesitating to take that 3 ball.
Has had some shooting slumps recently. Has seemed to really shake it off so far.
Well, she has been dealing with the ankle injury throughout this season, but she seems to be playing and moving around a lot better.
Henriquez pump fake and puts it up and in.
Good nonstop action from both sides. The scoring is happening quickly and furiously here.
Gutierrez back to Dolgen again. This 3 rattles around, it's off. Rebounded by Henriquez.
You notice Mary's taking the last 4 shots going down the other end. Yep. Why not put the ball in the hot hand? And travel called against, that was against Makeda Murray.
Against Murray, yep.
And now we're going to have subs coming. Cosio and Burke come in. Yodé and Murray will each sit.
Second travel of the quarter already called against Hunter.
And now Mia Daniel comes back in. She'll replace Danae McMullen. Gutierrez will also take a seat as Kitch comes back in. So the Bulldogs are back to their starting 5. Minus, of course, Mary for Aaliyah.
Pass out to Estrella. Estrella will drive back to Dorsey. Dorsey thought about it this time. Takes a shot. Knocks it down.
I just love that patient approach. Dorsey thought about a 3, faked her defender, then took a better shot and was able to knock it down.
Double comes by Brooklyn. Ball fought for. It's going to be jump ball.
Hunter will get possession off that jump.
Possession Hunter.
But like the effort, though. Like the effort. The Bulldogs still fighting for that loose ball. You like the defense. You like the way the Bulldogs are communicating and breaking down Hunter's offensive attack.
Oh, takes a shot. Bakes it in. 24-21 Brooklyn.
That was Kimberly Lau with a beautiful shot off the backboard.
Amia Daniel out to Kitch. Kitch open, will shoot the 3 and rattle it in. All net right there for Anna Kitch as Brooklyn now leads by 6.
When the Bulldogs are knocking down threes, they are so dangerous. And when Kitch has space, opponents have to beware.
Yeah, we saw that a couple of times against Baruch, able to find herself wide open top of the key. As Hunter here will reset her possession. Coach Campbell calls out a play for Brooklyn. Burke inside. Henriquez couldn't handle the pass, and the Kitch takes it up to Estrella. Estrella drives, peels it back out to Anna Kitch. Step back 3. No good.
I mean, you want to put in the hot hand, I get it, but Kitch needed to set her feet just a second longer and instead undershot that ball.
Right. As Hunter calls timeout. 27-21, 5:51 remaining here in the second quarter.
Well, you like the way the Bulldogs, though, have stayed with their game plan here, and they have finally taken control of this game a little bit more, if you will. Going over the stats from the first quarter, the Bulldogs were 5 of 25 in the first. Hunter was 6 of 14. So the Bulldogs only shot 20%, yet were able to find a way to get the lead regardless. Bulldogs went 1 of 8 from downtown. Hunter didn't knock down a 3 at all in the first, but they went 6 for 14. The key, though, the Bulldogs went 5 of 6 from the free throw line, which was huge, and the 13 offensive rebounds to Hunter having just 1. So that benefited the Bulldogs getting 13 second chance points.
I mean, in the quarter where Brooklyn shot 5 of 25.
Yeah.
To come away up 2 speaks to how valuable those offensive rebounds were
huge.
For Brooklyn to convert.
They give you those those opportunities to get another shot. And they dictate a game 100%.
Yep, as Lau brings up the possession here for the Hawks. Out of the timeout. Double comes out to Casillo. Back to Burke, inside to Henriquez. Henriquez along the baseline, looking, nothing there. Finally gets it out to Lau again. Casillo out to Burke. Burke inside to Charles. Charles, pump fake drive. Shot is no good, collected by Anna Kitch. And she'll slow it down here for the Bulldogs as she gets it across half court. She'll drive and take it up herself. No good. Charles with the rebound. Slows it back out to Casillo. Casillo will reset the possession. 20 on the shot clock for the Hawks. Out to Lau. Lau sees a trap coming. Out to Charles. Charles wanted to throw away at the last second, right into the hands of Kitch. Kitch takes it.
I think it got tipped a little bit.
Bounce pass into Dorsey. A bounce pass into Dolgen.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Brooklyn scores quickly, and another quick timeout by Hunter.
Coach Garrett is hot. He was furious at his bench after that basket. I remember when we were at Baruch the other day and we saw how Coach Alisi was lighting into his guys after they got off slowly. The minute Dolgen scored that layup,
right,
Coach Garrett held nothing back there. He was irate.
There's nothing more than what basketball coaches hate than easy open possessions where the defense is just not present.
So right now, Brooklyn now up 8, needs to continue to maintain this pace for 4:45 left of this second quarter. Fans, reminder, you are watching Brooklyn College Bulldogs basketball on YouTube.com. Your home for all live Bulldog sports here in Brooklyn College. Jonathan Perriente along with my broadcast partner, Sean Markusic. And right now, Sean, you have to definitely like the way the Bulldogs are playing, a fearless approach, and they have dictated the pace now for the most part of the second quarter. It really began towards the end of the first, and it's carried over here into the second.
It's carried over here into second. Brooklyn's starting to finally find their groove on offense that they were missing for the first half of that quarter. And the only reason that they were able to get momentum in that second half was the offensive rebounds. So Brooklyn now starting to find their offensive groove. Up 8 in the good position here. Hunter takes a quick timeout. Let's see what Hunter comes out with here offensively. As Lau brings up the possession for the Hawks. Pulls out a play into Henriquez. Back to Burke. Ball movement here for the Hawks. Good trap there by Estrella. Dump ball pass inside to Henriquez. Shot no good. Rebounded by Rafat.
That was one heck of a move by Henriquez, and that would have been a very amazing shot.
Estrella peels it back out. Drive. Out to Kitch. Kitch in the corner along the baseline. Puts it up. Shot blocked by Henriquez. Taken by Burke.
That was a clean block.
That was a clean block, yep. Kitch a little too hesitant that time with the ball. Not decisive enough. Casillo into Henriquez. Henriquez backs down into Rafat. Jumper no good. Henriquez gets an offensive rebound. Step back. Jumper by Charles. No good. Rebound collected by Kitch.
That was a call missed. Henriquez barreled into Dolgen and no call.
Shot inside Daniel. It's good. With Brooklyn now up 10, 31-21.
Beautiful tic-tac-toe pass from Dorsey to Mia Daniel. The Bulldogs right now with their largest lead. They're up 10.
Good trap there by Brooklyn. Dorsey comes up with that.
Yeah. Foul's called on Alexa Charles there.
As she shot from behind by
Dorsey down.
Charles, yep.
That's going to be her second foul. That's big if you're the Bulldogs. If you get Alexa Charles out of this game, that is huge.
If you get her third foul before halftime, that's going to be
100%.
a big difference maker.
Henriquez is going to take a seat. Yo Day comes back in. And now Brooklyn with 3:22, up 10. So we have a brief moment. One of the great things the Bulldogs continue to do is give back to the community. And this week, the women's Bulldogs did a basketball drill camp for young women here at the West Quad. It was a nice, just amazing activity for the women's Bulldogs to help young girls learn the fundamentals of basketball, and it's just great to give back to everyone here in the Brooklyn area.
It's good to give back to the community, good to give back to the next generation as Dorsey shot no good. Gets the offensive rebound, puts it back up, and rattles it for her. Nice friendly roll for Dior Dorsey as she'll go to the line to complete the three-point play, and the Bulldogs lead is now up to 12.
We were all just kind of holding our breath for that ball to go down. Fouls on Kimberly Lau, and that's the third team foul on Hunter. And now the Bulldogs with the N1 coming for Dior.
Dorsey's free throw, no good. Rebound fought for, tipped out of bounds by Dolgen. It'll be Hunter ball.
Well, Dolgen made the right play, trying to save that free throw and trying to get another possession, but not to be this go-around. Hunter will go back on the attack.
As Charles brings it up across half court, out to Lau. Lau looking around, back to Charles. Charles guarded well by Dorsey. Dorsey all over her. Out to Lau. Lau will reset the possession. Out to Burke. Burke looking. Double comes. Pass picked off by Mia Daniel. And Brooklyn has numbers. Alina Strick will go all the way, and she does. 35-21 Brooklyn.
And Amia Daniel made all of that possible playing that hounding defense on Katie Burke.
And now in the next 2.5 minutes, Brooklyn could really blow this game open. Charles out to Casillo. 3, no good. Offensive rebound by Charles. As she'll reset immediately. Doubled. Casillo.
That went off of Dorsey last. It was close, though. Casillo also had a hand on that ball, but it was last off the hands of Dior by the look of it up here.
An all-ball effort by Dorsey as Casillo went down.
Now Cosio is going to sub, and Makeda Murray comes back in for Hunter. 2:18 remaining.
Lau resets the possession here for Hunter. Pass out to Murray, back to Burke. Burke's going to shoot it. No good. Rebound collected by Dorsey, up ahead to Estrella. And Estrella once again pushing. Peels it back out to Dorsey, out to Kitch. As Alina will reset the possession. Calls out a play. Just under 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Guarded by Charles. Out to Daniel.
Offensive foul against Brooklyn.
Yep.
It's on Anna Kitch. That is her second. And Bulldogs were getting ready to make a sub, and they're going to do it right now. In comes Waldvogel. She'll replace Estrella with 1:48 to go, and McMullen getting ready to check in as well.
As Lau brings up the possession for the Hawks. Guarded well by Dorsey. She'll take a floater way off, rebounded by Daniel. Out to Waldvogel. Waldvogel will peel it back and slow it down. 90 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Waldvogel drives, kick out past to Kitch. Kitch along the baseline. Pump fake, puts it up and gets fouled. Yep.
Kitch got whacked on that shot.
Yeah.
That's going to be the fourth team foul against Hunter. We'll check the foul. It's going to be against Makeda Murray. And that's the fourth team foul. That's Murray's second. And now going to the line will be Kitch. And Cosio comes back in replacing Lau. Free throw is up and it's good from Kitch. Good. Bulldogs knocking the free throws down, which has been huge. They lead by 15 with 1:20 to go.
Second free throw is good. Only one missed free throw so far for the Bulldogs.
Yep. And that's what you want. You want to knock down your free throws consistently. Dorsey and Kitch will sit. Gutierrez comes back in along with Danae McMullen. So the Bulldogs are kind of doing exactly what they did to close out the first quarter, what they did in the first quarter to close out the second.
Pass up ahead to Casillo, out to Murray, out to Burke. Terrific defense here by Brooklyn. Charles puts up the jumper, no good. Rebound fought for.
Jump ball. Possession
yep.
should go to Brooklyn on this one. We'll find out. And yes, it is Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn as the arrow points to the right, but terrific effort by the Bulldogs of whoever has the ball. Just an immediate double and trap comes as Waldvogel brings out the possession. A minute remaining in the second quarter. Waldvogel drives out to McMullen. McMullen puts it up, loses it.
They call a foul. Yeah, they called that foul. McMullen got whacked into on the pass. And they're going to call that against, I believe, Katie. No, yeah, it's going to be on Katie Burke. No, 15. It's on Yo Dury. So that's 2 on Dury now. 2 on
Dury, but that whistle did come a little late. Hunter was already in transition, pushing the basketball when the ref blew the whistle.
Now Yo Day's going to sit. And now the Bulldogs are now in the bonus. 2 free throws.
First free throw is up and it's no good.
Just the second miss at the line tonight for Brooklyn.
Second free throw by McMullen is up and it's no good again. As Casillo brings up the ball, 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Met up top by Gutierrez, out to Murray. Murray looking around, out to Casillo. Casillo doubled, nowhere to go, dribbles it off.
And they're going to call a backcourt violation.
Backcourt
yes,
violation,
they do.
Has to step back.
34.7 seconds left.
As Brooklyn will advance the ball in the front court. Waldvogel will take it. 30 seconds remaining. 4-second shot clock separation between shot and game clock. Daniel drives, no good. Rebound fall for collected by Mia Daniel. She'll drive again, an open lane. No, just too short.
Daniel just kind of rushed that a little too quick.
Casillo up ahead to Murray. Back to Charles. Charles overhead pass to Burke. A little too much.
Bulldogs have one more chance.
McMullen has it. A shot too late.
No foul was called. I thought maybe McMullen got whacked at the end, but no foul. But the Bulldogs, a strong finish to the second quarter. And you have to like it. The Bulldogs just maintained the momentum from the first quarter and were able to pull away further. After taking a 16-14 lead at the end of one, the Bulldogs go on to outscore Hunter 21-7.
21-7 in that quarter. And Brooklyn doing a good job, Jonathan, of taking care of the ball, knocking down free throws, executing on offense, and on defense, shutting Alexa Charles down and putting the pressure with the double teams on anyone touching the ball.
The couple fouls on her helped also. That really helped things along a little bit if you're Brooklyn. Coach Garrett still having some questions with the officials on some of the calls that happened late in the second. But the Bulldogs, you have to take advantage of those opportunities, and they have. Now the key is, can the Bulldogs maintain this for the second half? That will be a very telling sign. But the Bulldogs, you love the way they came out. You love the way they attacked the paint. The rebounding has still been there, which you love. And again, hitting some huge shots, making some big second plays, making some good plays on taking the ball away, forcing turnovers. That's the Bulldogs style of basketball we are used to seeing when they play at their full potential. And we have really begun to see that more and more over the last couple of games. And having Amia Daniel on starting has been a very big difference as well.
Yeah, I mean, she was one known as the spark plug off the bench, but now with her starting, it unravels this offense in a way that they weren't used to earlier in the season.
So the Bulldogs, as a team, 13 of 44 from the field, so the numbers did go up. Still, when you really look at it, the Bulldogs are only shooting 29.5% when you really think about it. Because remember, it took about till halfway into the first quarter until the Bulldogs made their first field goal. But still, the Bulldogs have maintained this pace, 13 of 44 from the field, 4 of 16 from three-point range. And again, the big difference has been the rebounding. The Bulldogs, amazingly, the Bulldogs only had 4 offensive rebounds in the second quarter only.
And it's point off turnovers and second chance points where the big differential comes, 21-5 and 15-2 respectively. But other than that, this is a really back and forth game. That has really opened this game for Brooklyn, is taking advantage of mistakes Hunter is making, capitalizing them, and executing well. Yeah,
you have to win those opportunities. You have to win those points, and the Bulldogs are doing that. 11 points so far for Anna Kitch, leading all scorers for Brooklyn. You have 8 points for Mary Dolgen coming off the bench. You have 5 each from Amia Daniel and 5 from Estrella, and 4 from Dior. Also Dior with 7 rebounds, Mia Daniel with 8 rebounds, which has been a very big difference as well. For Hunter, 10 points for Alexa Charles with 6 rebounds. Other than that, it's been 6 points for Enriquez, and then 3 from Murray and 2 from Lau, and everybody else no points. So the offense lives and dies with Alexa Charles. If the Bulldogs take possessions away from Charles, it really can set the tone for the rest of this game. Well,
it's also Charles with 12 field goals, no one else with more than 5, and everyone else with 3 or fewer.
This kind of reminds me of what Baruch does with Mia Castillo. The same thing happens. You basically put the ball in her hand, and if Castillo's not scoring, then the whole offense doesn't score.
Right.
So the Bulldogs really have done a good job at least keeping Alexa Charles for the most part at bay. Now the key will be for the second and for the third and fourth quarter. Can the Bulldogs keep that pace going?
Especially that start of that third quarter is going to be the important start for the Bulldogs. That first half of the third quarter, can they keep this momentum going? Can they keep this lead? Can they even possibly build on it? Because if they're able to do that, they're in a good position going into the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. Right now we're going to briefly step aside for a few minutes. When we come back, we will have assistant coach Rocco Soletto to join us up here and give us his thoughts on the first half. Of course, after this first game, the men will be here to take on the men's Hunter Hawks here at the Quad at 7 p.m. Me and Pat Brown will have the call for that. But for now, we're going to take a break for a few minutes, and we'll come back with Coach Soletto and the second half here at the West Quad. And we are back here at the West Quad Gymnasium, the Brooklyn College Bulldogs with a 37-21 lead. And we are pleased to be joined by the Women's Bulldogs assistant coach, Rocco Soletto. Rocco, so far, a very strong start for your team. Really had a strong finish to close out the first quarter, and then really carried that momentum over into the second, particularly with the offensive rebounding and second, third chance opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, we're winning big on the boards. We're plus 11 on the boards. We got our turnovers down to 5. We're moving the ball. We're getting good shots, making the extra pass.
When you guys look at that first quarter, and the ability of Amia Daniels to get all those offensive rebounds, it seemed like there was a lid on the basket there for the first half of the quarter. Once you guys got that first basket, the defense picked itself right up.
Yeah, I mean, no, she's active. So, even if she's not scoring, her hand is everywhere. So, on the defensive end, she's going to do that. Offense, she has a nose for the ball. Couple plays, she got the offensive rebound, kicked it out, and then we got something off of it. That's a momentum type play, and that helps us.
We have seen Amia Daniel doing just about a little bit of everything, and it just makes a big difference. It's made a difference right away, her in the starting lineup.
Yeah, well,
and just been able to make a few saves on possessions, just extend plays a little bit longer, and then we've seen also making a few big defensive plays, taking the ball away at times.
Yeah, we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg with her. So, she's the type of player that if she's not scoring, she does a lot of other things. On the defensive end, again, deflections, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, pushes the ball, plays good defense in the half court. So she's a big positive in the starting lineup.
What's been key for this game? You've really taken the ball off the hands for the most part of Alexa Charles.
Yeah, I mean, obviously she's her best player, and that's what you want to do is make things hard for her, and I think we're doing a pretty good job with that. Enriquez early in the game was getting some good looks there. We made an adjustment, made that harder for her, and we're pressuring the guards on the outside, and that makes it difficult for them to get into a rhythm.
Do you guys like the way the game is flowing? What I mean is, in terms of offensively and defensively, just the overall flow that you guys have.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to come out with in the start of the second?
Basically the same thing. When we push the ball and move it, we're in good shape. When the ball sticks, it's not good. We've had a problem with that in some games. So far today, that has not been the case, and that's kind of what we stress: is get the ball moving, push it, and good defense. Move around like we did. We've been very active on defense. We've also been getting the 50-50 balls, which is key. Right, I gotta go, guys.
Thank you so much for your time. All right, that was Coach Rocco Soletto, the Women's Bulldogs assistant coach. And definitely, Sean, you have to be very pleased. You have to be very pleased, Sean, with the effort the Bulldogs came out with. And now the key will be, can the Bulldogs do this for 20 more minutes?
Can the Bulldogs keep the pressure? Can they keep the same tempo that they found late in that first quarter?
Well, we're going to find that out very soon, but you like the way the Bulldogs have dictated pace. You like the way the Bulldogs have frustrated Hunter on defense at times. They've taken the ball out of their hand. This is something we did not see about 3 weeks ago at the Sportsplex. This was not here 3 weeks ago. So this is a very different Bulldogs team from that time. And now the key will be, can the Bulldogs maintain that for the remainder of this game? And the key for me is, can the Bulldogs get off to a good scoring start for the first few minutes? If they can really do that, they can really pull away with this game early and maybe come away with one at the end.
If they're able to keep this lead midway through the third quarter, I feel like this team will be in very good shape. But going back to that game back in January, Brooklyn was not only the same team, but did not have that same tempo and fire that they do now.
Definitely true. So I'm going to be very curious to see if the Bulldogs are going to, well, we'll see what adjustments they'll make. Hunter's bringing back their starting 5 from the first half, which definitely Alexa Charles being out there, makes sense. Bulldogs, we'll see what they decide to do, and they're going to stick with their starting 5. So back out comes Estrella, back out comes Dorsey, back out comes Anna Kitch, Amia Daniel, and Aliyah Rafat. And here we go with the third quarter.
And here comes Casillo bringing up the ball out to Burke, and Burke out to Charles. Charles will reset, drive, kick out, back inside. Back out, 3 is up, 3 is no good. Rebound fought for and collected by Estrella. Estrella doing a fantastic job. They're keeping the possession. Dorsey, jumper, no good. That's her position, couldn't knock it down. Charles will bring it up for the Hawks. Charles will reset, back out to Casillo. Casillo back out to Charles, looking inside to Henriquez. Henriquez pump fake, puts it up. Rattles out, but she'll go to the free throw line to shoot two.
And it's a foul against Brooklyn. We'll check the foul. That's Anna Kitch's third foul. And now the Bulldogs are going to have to make a decision here with Kitch now on her third foul. And Danae McMullen is getting ready to check in. Enriquez will go to the line for 2 shots. And gets the friendly roll.
Knocks it down.
This is only Hunter's 4th and 5th trip at the line. So far, they're 4 out of 4 from the charity stripe. Second free throw coming for Enriquez.
Second
That's
free throw's
no good.
off, yeah. Kitch with the offensive rebound. And she'll push. Out to Dorsey. Dorsey shot. Rattles around, no good. Rebounded by Rafat. Puts it back up and in. 39-22 Brooklyn. Just a minute past.
Great second effort there by Rafat to put it home. Bulldogs quickly go back up 17. Oh, and bad pass. Nobody was there.
A little too much right there. Some cross-court passes there by the Hawks to start off the possession. And just a little too much.
Yode was
on
looking,
that
I
pass,
think,
yeah.
for Katie Burke and got all mixed up on that pass. Kitch is going to come out now. Replacing her will be Danae McMullen. 8:50 to go here in the third.
Estrella Ruiz had the possession, bringing it up for the Bulldogs. Out to Daniel. Daniel back to Estrella. Estrella calls out a play, peels it back out to Daniel again. Back out to Dorsey. Dorsey looking. Estrella, a trap comes out to Daniel. Scoop layup is good.
Beautiful shot by Amia Daniel.
Good jumper, good space. Once Estrella touched that ball, the Hunter offense seemingly stolen. Daniel up, no good. Rebounded by Dorsey, collected back by Daniel. Good second effort there by the Bulldogs on defense. Out to Estrella for 3, no good. Rebound collected by Charles.
They call a foul on Daniel. Try to rip that ball off the hands of Alexa Charles. And Daniel gets called for this foul. That's foul number 1 only on Daniel. But the Bulldogs now quickly have 2 fouls. Just about 2 minutes into the third.
And the possession being brought up here by Casillo. Looking around, dump off pass to Charles, out to Burke. Burke out to Casillo. Casillo gets trapped. Back out to Burke again, guarded well. Pressure comes. Drive. Hunter not really able to get any offense. Burke has to hoist it up. Nothing there. Rebound, fall for jump ball.
Estrella got shoved down a little bit.
Yeah.
The jump ball does go to Brooklyn.
She sort of got shoved down and turned her body, fighting for the loose ball possession for the Bulldogs. Estrella back out to Dorsey. Dorsey looking around, back to Daniel. Daniel out to Rafat. Dump off pass into Estrella. Estrella back out to McMullen. Daniel is open for 3, and it's good. And Brooklyn now up double on the Hawks. 44-22, 7:08 remaining.
And Daniel again. And Mia Daniel just everywhere. Just what a game she is having. And
the hounding defense of the Bulldogs continues as both teams go into their huddles.
You just have to wonder, are we only beginning to see what Amia Daniel is really capable of doing? And were the Bulldogs just hiding this weapon all this time for the right moment? Well, we're really seeing what Amia Daniel is all about when given the starting opportunity.
Absolutely. She's done more than just take advantage of it. She's really embraced it and really found the rhythm with this team.
And I get a feeling you're going to see a lot more. You're going to see a lot more of that to go. But right now, Bulldogs with a commanding 22-point lead. And now the key will be the Bulldogs just keep the pressure on Hunter. You've gotten him. Right now, you have Hunter right where you want them right now. They're throwing up bad shots. The Bulldogs have done great defensively, and they're knocking down big baskets, and that dictates a lot of pace, and that dictates a lot of momentum as the game goes.
But
so right now, 7:06 to go.
7:06 to go. Both teams coming out the timeout right now.
And here we are back to the action. Hunter will take possession here.
Hunter will take possession, top of the key.
That was Lau.
Yeah, Lau into Charles. Charles dump off pass, fadeaway jumper is good.
Nope. You'll take that, only 2 points, but Charles is dangerous. Pass got thrown off the hands of Lau.
Wow, yep. Good defense there by the Hawks.
Good job on defense by Brooklyn to draw that pass and deflect it out of bounds. Bulldogs' lead is still 20. Here's a long three off the side rim, no good from Amia Daniel. Kept alive, though, by Dorsey. Rafat tried to bury it home, could not. McMullen tried to get the rebound, and it's taken by Yoday. And now here's Dury, swinging it to the left wing for Makeda Murray. Murray watched by Dorsey, now to the right wing for Yoday. Yoday watched by Estrella. Yoday driving inside. Yoday, what an amazing shot! Yoday was falling down, got it off the backboard and in. And Hunter trails 18, and now Yoday with a steal. Rafat tried to land on it, could not save it. And Rafat's going to get called for a foul off the loose scrum. That had a lot of things were happening on that possession. First was a bad turnover, and then Rafat trying to save it, but drew a foul. And now that's the Bulldogs' third team foul. We have 6:09 to go in the third. And now taking possession will be Lau. And now it's Dury. Dury fires up a shot. No good. And Daniel tried to save it, but last touched by Hunter. It's Brooklyn ball with 5:57 to go.
Daniel tried to save it. It kind of seems like Charles got there going a little bit that last minute. Brooklyn still up 18. Still good effort. Still.
So still the effort's there. Bulldogs, well, Hunter's going with a full press. Bulldogs quickly beat that press.
Up ahead to McMullen, back out to Daniel.
Travel
Daniel
was called.
For a travel, yeah.
I mean, Daniel got bumped into a bit. I mean, there was nothing else you could have done.
She had no choice but to move that pivot foot. As here come the Hawks. Lau will bring it up across half court for them. Dump off pass inside, back to Lau. Lau off to Charles along the baseline.
And
a
now
travel is called.
Yep. So back-to-back travels for both sides. Bulldogs got a very fortunate break. And they will inbound, still up 18 with 5:34 remaining.
Daniel inbounds it, gets picked off, and that'll be Brooklyn ball, I believe.
Should stay Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yep, it stays Brooklyn ball.
You could tell the Hawks here the last few minutes have upped that defensive intensity.
Well, you knew Hunter was going to still keep coming. It's not going to be
an easy test. No, as Gutierrez lost the ball as it was last touched, I believe, by Murray. Tipped out by her. 5.5 remaining in the third quarter. 44-26, Brooklyn leads. Estrella to reset the possession here for the Bulldogs and bring it up across half court. Out to Gutierrez. Gutierrez guarded well. Gets it to Daniel. Daniel to McMullen. McMullen in the left corner for three off the backboard. Ball migrates itself back to her. She loses it out to Murray. Murray pushing in transition for the Hawks and draws the foul.
I believe that's going to be on McMullen. We'll check the foul. No, it's on Amia Daniel. That's number 2 on Daniel, and more importantly, that's 4 fouls now against Brooklyn. Hunter now 1 away from being in the penalty, from being in the bonus, and now 2 free throws are coming for Makeda Murray.
Murray first one is up, and it's off. Still an 18-point deficit here for the Hawks. Still plenty of time left in this game, though. Second free throw coming up for Murray. Free throw is up, and it's good. Good pressure here by the Hawks. Estrella along the baseline, gets it up across half court, out to McMullen, out to Daniel. She loses it, gets it back, puts it up, and gets a foul call. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Foul, I believe, is on Lau, and it is on Lau. That'll be her first. So now the Bulldogs will go for 2 free throws from the line. Only the first team foul against the Hawks.
Free throw is up and it's good. 45-27, Brooklyn leads. Second free throw coming up for the Bulldogs. And it's off. Rebound fought for, collected by McMullen. Out to Estrella. Out to Dolgen for 3. No good. Rebound fought for and taken by Estrella.
And good job by Estrella slowing things down.
Out to Daniel. Double comes. Pass up ahead. Fought for, collected by Estrella. Again, 9 on the shot clock for the Bulldogs. Out to Gutierrez for the open 3. It's no good. Taken by Charles. And she'll come all the way down the floor. Goes coast to coast. And the layup is all there. Just couldn't fall in. Out ahead. Estrella up ahead to Daniel. Shot is good.
No, they waved it off a travel.
A travel
They waved it
is
off
called.
a travel. Called that a little late.
Brooklyn
That
seems
was
to have
really
all the
late on that
momentum there.
one.
A potential 3-point play is what we thought the call was originally going to be. But a travel is called here against the
that
Bulldogs.
looked like a natural move. Stratton now comes in replacing Dury.
Wow, up ahead to Stratton. Stratton up ahead to Murray. Shot is up. It's no good. Rebound taken by Daniel.
Foul on Hunter.
Foul against Hunter.
We'll check the foul. It's going to be their second team foul. That's on Makeda Murray. That's number 2 on Murray. And now Murray. Now the Bulldogs are going to come back. And once again, Hunter's going with the full press.
Hunter will go with full press. Up ahead to Estrella. Estrella has a wide open Dolgen in the paint. Dolgen, layup is good.
Good patience by Mary Dolgen. And settles her feet, gets it in for the easy 2.
Now a 20-point lead for Brooklyn. Brooklyn able to regain the momentum in this quarter. Pass up ahead to Murray, back out to Lau. Lau calls out of play. Guarded by Estrella, out to Stratton. Stratton up ahead to Murray. Baseline floater, no good. Rebounded by Daniel. Amia Daniel has been everywhere this entire game.
Oh, you just have to love what she brings to the table. Just so much energy. Just a great, gritty player.
Out to McMullen in the baseline. Up to Estrella. Estrella. Full away jumper. No good. Rebound taken by McMullen. Up. No good again.
Thought McMullen might have gotten hit there, but no call.
Murray. Ran into a double team taken by Estrella.
He was all out of control on that shot.
Estrella peels it back out. 20 on the shot clock for the Bulldogs. 3 minutes left in the quarter. Out to Gutierrez. Inside to Dolgen. Dolgen back out to Daniel. Daniel for 3. Knocks it down. A 50-27 lead for the Bulldogs. 23, the biggest lead of the night.
I mean, I knew Daniel was a solid interior shooter. I didn't know she was a three-point shooter either. You give her that space, she can knock that shot down. Yodé puts that home.
Yodé puts that home as Brooklyn's defense is way too up. But good momentum here for the Bulldogs. Good response. McMullen up ahead to...
The foul's called.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's on Stratton.
Stratton just
Bumped
went
Gutierrez
right into
late.
Gutierrez. Yep.
That's going to be the third foul against Hunter with 2:28. Dangerous pass, though, that was. You got to be very careful if you're Brooklyn. So that's foul number 3 on Hunter. So they're 2 away from being in the penalty as well. So the Bulldogs drew the early 4 fouls early, but have settled things down and have kept it at that way since. And we're down to the final 2.5 to go in the third quarter.
2.5 to go. It seemed like Charles had those back-to-back buckets to start the quarter. Had good momentum, but Brooklyn able to come back here and rattle some big shots.
You give the Bulldogs a lot of credit. Just, calm the storm, basically, is what you have to continue to do if you're in Brooklyn, and they did a good job of that. Just because you knew Hunter was going to come out strong to start the quarter off. That's what you knew was going to happen. So if you're able to just kind of basically ride out the storm and just keep things settled, the Bulldogs did a good job of that, and they'll be fine. And so far the Bulldogs have. Now it's just a matter of holding on for the next 2:28 and then bring it into the fourth quarter. So right now, if you're Brooklyn, you love this has been a breakout game, no doubt, for Amia Daniel, and you just love the way that the energy she comes out with. You love the way that She just plays hard for every possession. And I'll tell you what, this is only her first year. I think the Bulldogs are going to have a lot of cool, of fun things to see with Amia Daniel over the next 3 years to come.
Especially with a lot of seniors on this team making their way out after this season. To have a bright spot like Amia Daniel be a freshman is a luxury for this team.
Well, definitely you're going to have a lot of questions. I mean, you'll have Dorsey coming back for one more season next year, and then you have to surround what you have with talent. And there's no doubt I think Danae McMullen could become that player too. Just give it time.
As Voldvogel brings up the ball, guarded by Casilla. Out to Gutierrez. Gutierrez will drive. Out to McMullen.
And she was fouled.
Yep.
And again, it was on a shot attempt. That's going to be the 4th team foul on Hunter. That's on Henriquez. That's foul 2 on Henriquez, and that's the 4th team foul on Hunter. And to the free throw line will Alexa Charles back in now for Hunter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming for Danae McMullen. And free throw is up. And too strong.
Yep. Still a 21-point lead, 2:12 remaining here in the third quarter.
Both teams now at 4 fouls, so the next foul is going to put someone in the bonus. Little too strong. Yep. Good second effort by Dorsey. A jump ball possession to Hunter.
Yep. Good rebound by Dorsey. Good extra effort, but Hunter gets the possession back. As Lau brings up the ball for the Hawks. Out to Castillo. Back to Burke. Over the top to Castillo again. Good hounding defense here by the Bulldogs. Not allowing any easy baskets. Hovering defense. 3 is up. 3 is no good. Rebound fought for. Taken by Henriquez. Henriquez will put it up. No good.
Foul's going to be against Hunter.
Yep.
Henriquez got a little too physical with Dolgen, and she'll pick up her 3rd. But that was a good defensive rotation by the Bulldogs, not letting Alexa Charles take a shot. Force her to pass up the shot to someone else.
And now Brooklyn will go into the 1-and-1 bonus at the free throw line.
Gutierrez and McMullen will sit. Aaliyah Rafat comes back in along with Amia Daniel. Waldvogel's also in there for Brooklyn as well. And now Dolgen will take a free throw attempt.
Dolgen's free throw is off. Second free throw coming up for Mary Dolgen. And that's off as well. Dorsey fighting for the rebound again. Gets it. A scrap collected by Voldvogel. Good tip-out pass there by Rafata as well. Voldvogel will drive. Dump-off pass inside to Dolgen. Dolgen will go back to the travel. Okay.
Yeah, just a quick little move. It just takes one little pivot with your foot to draw a travel.
Once you move that pivot foot, it's an automatic travel. Charles brings it up across half court. 3 is up. 3 is no good. Rebounded by Voldvogel. She'll push. She has Dorsey next to her. Dorsey peels it back out to Rafat. Back to Dolgen. Dolgen foul line jumper is good. 52-29 Brooklyn. 1:10 remaining in the third quarter.
You give Dolgen the time and space, she can knock those shots down. She has had a great game tonight from the field. Oh, and a couple players went down. Dolgen and Waldvogel went down off the ball that was deflected.
A collision as Charles' turnaround jumper is good. 52-31 Brooklyn. Brooklyn did a good job of earlying that storm early by Hunter and really controlling this game, getting it back to their tempo. Dorsey drives. Dorsey wide open. No good. A little too
Dorsey
short.
Had a good look, a turnover.
Good job by Daniel once again. Dorsey up. Dorsey no good. Rebound fought for. Collected by Dorsey on the ground.
Foul is called against Brooklyn.
Right.
I don't know what foul that was.
On Dorsey, but it didn't seem like she was reaching in or anything. So it'll be Hunter possession.
Was that Dorsey who got called for it?
Yeah.
So that's only her second foul. But now you sent Alexa Charles to the line
for it's the 5th free throw.
For
correct.
2 free throws. One of those phantom calls, if you will.
Right. Little to minimum contact. Charles' first free throw is good.
Shot clock is turned off, so the Bulldogs could have possession to close out the quarter. And now they have possession for sure.
Dolgen out to Voldvogel. Voldvogel up ahead to Daniel. Daniel peels it back out. Shot clock is off. Out to Voldvogel to reset the possession.
Smartly will slow things down, does Waldvogel.
Yeah.
No need to rush anything.
She'll drive. She'll kick out. Out to Dolgen. She puts it up. She'll knock it down. 52-32 is the lead for Brooklyn at the end of the third quarter.
54-32, yes.
54-32. A 22-point lead. And
Well-
a welcome back game in the way for Mary Dolgen.
Well, that was at least a good, I guess you can call that a payback 2 points from the from what should not have been a foul call
Right,
before.
yep.
So the Bulldogs have definitely been able to answer back. Every time Hunter tried to build a little momentum, the Bulldogs were quickly there to constantly squash that momentum fast. And those are plays that are going to make difference in games like this. Against Hunter, you have to be able to take opportunities when you're given. You have to be able to take advantage of them, and the Bulldogs have done that.
Bulldogs have done that in a big way, not letting the momentum of Hunter slow them down. Charles able to get 2 field goals early in that third quarter, but Brooklyn able to respond in a big way and keep the lead and grow the momentum going into the fourth.
So now the key will be the final 10 minutes. The Bulldogs have carried all that momentum since the late in the first quarter. Now the key is 10 more minutes, fourth quarter. That's all the Bulldogs need to do. Just play the style they've been playing to come away with a win here tonight against a very tough opponent in Hunter.
Play the style that they've been playing, be aggressive, fight for the loose balls, crash the offensive glass, and the opportunities that they've been able to generate all night have been fantastic.
All right, and we're about to now begin the fourth quarter, and can the Bulldogs put the final stamp on this one to close this out? It's going to be Bulldogs possession first, and it'll be Dorsey taking the inbound. And Dorsey's looking for someone, and Hunter's going with a press. No surprise, this is what Hunter was going to try to do early. And a bad pass, and turned over, taken by Alexa Charles. Drives in, shot no good. Brooklyn will get the possession. Kitch is back in there, and Kitch turned it over. Oh, bad collision, so 2 quick turnovers in a span of 20 seconds by Brooklyn. First go-around didn't burn him, but now Charles has it back. Charles almost lost the dribble. Has to throw it out. Here's a long 3. Air ball, and Brooklyn takes possession.
Brooklyn, good job on the transition defense, getting back quickly. But 2 unforced turnovers to start the quarter there for the Bulldogs.
And preventable turnovers on top at that. Top of the key is Dorsey now, driving inside on Lau. Here's Daniel from far left corner for 3, and it's good! Amia Daniel from downtown!
55-20, 32. The lead has now ballooned to 25.
Mia Daniel is just having a highlight night. We get a foul called against Brooklyn. That's on Amia Daniel. That is her third. And now these fouls are starting to pile up a little bit. Third foul on Daniel. And the Bulldogs have to be very careful now. Under 9 minutes to go. Ball's thrown away out of bounds. Stays Hunter ball.
That'll be Hunter basketball, but Brooklyn doing a good job here defensively too.
And now here's an inbound. Cosio, left wing. Cosio drives, counted, and a foul. What a shot from Cosio. We'll check the call. That's on Amia Daniel. That is her fourth. Not a good way to start the quarter for Amia Daniel after knocking down the 3 early. And now Daniel has to sit, not wanting to pick up another foul with 8:53 to go. Gutierrez comes back in.
It seemed like Daniel was ready to go to the bench after her third foul. Coach Campbell told her to stay in, but now she has no choice but to come out.
Cosio's free throw is good. And the Bulldogs lead by 22. Estrella slows things down. Crossing half court. Estrella, top of the key. He's going to lob up a long 3. Did not need to take a shot like that. Just did not need to take a shot there. Just take your time. And now it's being taken by Dury. Dury drives. Thrown right into the hands of Yode and gets the friendly roll. And that's quickly 5 straight points by Hunter. Bulldog lead down to 20. Estrella crossing half court. Watched by Alexa Charles. Estrella drives. Shot a little too strong. Kept alive by Rafat. Estrella keeps it alive. Rafat is up, and good shot from Estrella. Little knocked into, but the shot went down. Bulldogs lead by 22. 8 minutes to play. Here is Lau.
Brooklyn still maintaining that pressure defensively.
Cosio lost it for a minute. Now it's stolen. Estrella coming the other way. 2-on-1. Gets it to Dorsey. Lays it up and in from the left post for Dior Dorsey. Bulldogs up by 24. 7:40 to go in the game. Top of the key, Lau. Left wing for Cosio. A Charles pass was deflected out of bounds. It's going to stay Hunter ball. 7:34 left. Bulldogs up 61-37 in the fourth. And Lau will inbound. Looks for space. Bulldogs have to get back defensively. Oh, they left wide open. Stratton was left wide open. Shot no good. A foul is called. If this is on Kitch, that is her fourth. It's on Gutierrez. It's going to be her first. But the Bulldogs already have picked up their third team foul here with 7:30 remaining. And the last thing you want to do is slow the game down more for Hunter. Yode will take a free throw, and it's good. Bulldogs leads 23, 61-38. Second free throw coming for Aaliyah Yode. And that free throw is no good. Rafat gets the rebound and will hand it off to Gutierrez. And Dior Dorsey, far left wing. Rafat for three, little too strong. Rebounded by Alexa Charles. Dorsey getting back. Charles drives, takes a short jumper, off the backboard, little too strong. Rebounded by Anna Kitch. Kitch brings it up, crossing half court. Kitch. Here's Estrella now. Bulldogs slowing things down, left wing for Kitch. Kitch is going to drive. Kitch got hounded, and a foul is called. That's going to be Hunter's first foul. We'll check the foul. It's going to be their first team foul. It's on Yode.
Yode
That's number
basically
3.
went right over the back of Anna Kitch right there.
That is 3 fouls on Yode. It was not in the act of shooting, so the Bulldogs will inbound. They'll get 20 to shoot, 6:54 remaining here in the fourth. Estrella looking for some space. Swings it out to the far. Kitch for 3. Off the rim, a little too strong. Rebounded by Stratton. Sorry, by Dury. Dury brings it past half court. Now to Lau. Top of the key. Getting behind her is Cosio. Right wing, top of the key. Swings out to the left for Alexa Charles. Top of the key for Lau. Charles is going to fire a 3, and it's good. And if I'm not mistaken, that is the first 3 of the game for Hunter College tonight.
I believe so.
That was the first 3 they've made all night.
But Hunter, even if they're down 20, they're keeping this pressure on.
Yeah, but you got to be careful. The Hunter's going to try to go for those 3s a little more frequently. And knocked into was
collision.
Kitch got barreled into. No call.
Foul.
I believe possession will stay with Brooklyn after all of that was said and done. Or
her and Duray both went down on that collision.
There's been a couple of that today, players getting barreled into and no calls.
12 seconds on the shot clock for the Bulldogs.
Got it to Estrella with 10 seconds to shoot. And Estrella will take time. Estrella looking, trying to find some space. Swings it out to Dorsey. Takes a shot. Off the side, no good. Rebounded by Dolgen. We got a jump ball. Possession will go to Hunter with 5:53 remaining. Bulldogs lead is 20. And Hunter will bring it up. Here's Lau. Slowing things down. Lau, top of the key, watched by Dorsey. Lau moves inside. Knock from behind on Dury, and a foul is called. That's going to be on Gutierrez. That will be her second. And that's the Bulldogs' 4th team foul. And there's still 5:40 to go. And all these fouls are doing is just slowing the quarter down for Hunter. And now Mia Daniels getting ready to check in. So playing with 4 fouls, and here she comes. She will replace Dior Dorsey. And the Bulldogs have to be very careful now that Daniel does not pick up her 5th foul, or she's out of the game. Dury will line up for free throws. First shot is up, and it's no good. And Hunter beginning to struggle at the line a little bit now. Second free throw for Dury. Shot is up, and that is too strong. Rebounded by Kitch. Kitch will cross half court. Swings it to the left wing for Mia Daniel. Daniel back out to Kitch. Now back to Estrella. And Estrella will back off, taking some time off the clock. Charles on her there. Swings it out to the far right for Kitch. Kicks it out to Gutierrez. 8 seconds. Gutierrez fires a shot a little too strong. Dolgen tried to get it in, and she's fouled. That'll be the second foul against Hunter. 5:13 remaining in the fourth. We'll check the foul. That's on Kimberly Lau. That's foul number 3 on Lau with 5:13 remaining, and now 2 free throws coming for Mary Dolgen. Dolgen lines up her first shot, and it is just not enough. Just didn't get the roll off the backboard.
Went twice off the backboard, just couldn't rattle in.
Yep.
Still a 20-point lead here for the Bulldogs, maintaining that level of aggression and defensive intensity.
Second free throw for Dolgen. It's good. Bulldogs go up 21, and Hunter will take possession again. Driving it up, this is Lau. Swinging it to the far left for Cosio. Cosio kicks it out, top of the key for Dury. Now back to Cosio. Fires a long 3. That's too strong. Rebounded. Saved by Alexa Charles. Shot is off the rim, no good. Bulldogs, ball kept bouncing around. And Cosio saved it. Back out to Charles. Now up top, Lau. Charles fires a long 3. Off the rim. And the Bulldogs. Now it's Hunter that it's getting a couple of offensive chances. And the shot from Lau is too strong. Deflected, and another foul is called against Brooklyn with 4:37 to go. That ball was like a hot potato in the Bulldogs' hands. Alina Estrella picks up the foul. That's going to be her first. And timeout is called. I think Brooklyn called time. Yeah, Brooklyn called time there. 4:37. The Bulldogs have picked up their 5th foul. So now every foul against Hunter here is going to be free throws. The Bulldogs just could not corral the rebound. At least 3-4 attempts to get the rebound and could not corral it. And now the Bulldogs have to be very careful to not keep fouling the Hawks and giving them extra chances at the line.
It's very telling how good the Hawks are as a team when Brooklyn's up 21 with 4:37 remaining and Coach Campbell's keeping the starters in.
Yeah, I mean, basketball, momentum can change in basketball very quickly.
Yeah.
You can never assume anymore that a game is over anymore with the use of the three-point ball and teams that have a good shot at knocking those down. You have to respect the three-point play.
And the 10-0 run could happen in the blink of an eye.
Quickly. Shot from Lau is no good. Second free throw coming for Hunter. Bulldogs still holding on to a 62-41 lead. Second free throw is up, and it is no good. And finally, the Bulldogs will corral the rebound. And Estrella takes it, and Estrella will back off. Alexa Charles playing aggressive D. Gutierrez gets it inside. Kitch out to Gutierrez. She'll fire for 3, and a score! Line drive 3 from Brianna Gutierrez. And the Bulldogs go back up. That was only a 2-point shot. Bulldogs go up 23. It was a 2-point shot, yep. Four minutes to go now here in the fourth. Cosio with a shot a little too strong. Daniel got the rebound. A foul is called. It will be against Hunter. That will be their third. We'll check the foul. It should be on. It looks like it's Lau. It is on Lau.
Exactly 4 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter.
So that's the third team foul on Hunter. 4 foul on Lau. All right, that's the fourth team foul. That is the 4th foul against Lau. So she's one away from coming out of this game. Dolgen fighting, far right wing. Estrella Oh, Estrella almost had a behind-the-back layup. It could
Had it
not
all
finish.
right there. Had the space, too.
And now top of the key, Lau. 3:36 to go. Ball's deflected and stolen by Brooklyn. Dolgen kicks it out to Estrella. Estrella got to watch her back. Charles right behind her. And Estrella picks up Charles. Estrella, top of the key, now dribbles around. Swings it inside to Kitch. Takes a short jumper. Little too strong. Rebound Hunter. And it's taken by Cosio. Cosio crossing half court. Swings to the far left wing for Yodé. Yodé down low to Dury. Here's a shot for Yodé, and it's in.
It's
Three-point shot for Yodé. Only the second three that Hunter's hit tonight, as we are under 3 minutes to go. Bulldogs up 64-44. We got a timeout, full timeout by Coach Campbell. And Dorsey's getting ready to check in for Brooklyn along with Makeda Murray. 2:51 remaining. Bulldogs leading 64-44. Fans, reminder, you are watching Brooklyn College Bulldogs basketball on YouTube.com, your home for everything Brooklyn. Jonathan Pariente, along with my broadcast partner, Sean Markusic. We thank you so much for taking some of your Tuesday night here to join us. Immediately following this game, the men's Bulldogs will take the court at 7 p.m. against the men's Hunter College Hawks. Men were coming off a couple of very, very tough losses to Lehman and Baruch in heartbreaking fashion over the last couple of days. Men, of course, last played Hunter. They beat them in double overtime at the Sportsplex, 78-74.
For a team like the Bulldogs, the men have really put themselves in good positions to win games. Just the inability to close it out, whether it's missed free throws, whether it's blowing transition opportunities, or letting teams just find their groove when there's no need to.
And great teams have to learn how to be able to finish games. It's you know, you can teach, you can say that a million times, players, you got to finish, you have to finish. But going out there doing it is not easy.
And in the CUNYAC conference, it's tough because 2 games could really swing momentum. If Brooklyn won those 2 games, they could be looking at a 2 seed, whereas now they're fighting for that 4 seed.
Right. So much is always on the line when you play in the CUNYAC conference. Pretty much it's any conference you play in Division III, no matter what.
Yeah.
There's so many conferences played in D3 that are so tight, very tightly contested, and games are separated by barely a couple of points. Dorsey looking for someone, gets it to Dolgen. Dolgen tries to get around the double team and gets it out to Estrella, and she's picked up immediately by Alexa Charles. As the Bulldogs letting time tick off the clock, no need to hurry up any shots. Estrella fakes around, gets around Charles, gets it into Rafat, takes a jumper, a little too strong. Good offensive rebound by Dorsey, and she is fouled against Hunter. That's their 4th team foul. With 2:30 to go, we'll check the foul. Stratton getting ready to check in. That's foul number 2 on Kennedy Dury. So now, Hunter's 1 away from being in the penalty. 2:30 to go. Estrella backs off. Charles on her there. Kicks it out to the top of the key for Dorsey. Dorsey driving. Swings it out to the far left for Daniel. Now Daniel. Left wing for Estrella. Estrella takes a jumper. Doesn't go, but Daniel right there could not put it home. Rafat tried to fight for the rebound, but it's corralled by Hunter as we approach 2 minutes to play in the game. Charles inside to Yodé. Yodé off the backboard, little too strong. Dolgen gets the rebound and swings it out to Estrella.
Yodé had the daylight there, just couldn't knock it in.
Dolgen backs off, gives it back to Estrella. Estrella
will peel it back out
to Dolgen.
Dolgen looks
top
to
of
get
the key.
Daniel shoots the 3.
Long 3 is no good.
Rebound fought for, collected by Mary Dolgen.
Right wing Estrella. We have under a minute and a half to go, and the Bulldogs starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel here slowly. Up 20 points. Estrella kicks it out to the left wing. 8 seconds. Dolgen gets it into Rafat. Rafat fights for it, gets it to Daniel. Daniel with a shot. Got the friendly roll to Amia Daniel. Great strong finish by Amia Daniel. And we have under a minute to go. Bulldogs up 22. Cosio out to Stratton. Stratton, far left wing for Makeda Murray. Right wing of Cosio. Far left wing Yodé. 13 seconds. Driving in Yodé. Bulldogs will just let her go in for the basket. No need to rush anything. No need a foul. Bulldogs still up by 20 with 51.3 seconds left. Men are getting ready to take the court here in just a matter of minutes, as the Bulldogs are just seconds away from handing Hunter their very first loss in CUNYAC play. And this, if you're the Bulldogs, this is a very big statement win for Brooklyn if they can to finish this off. And now Sandra Diaz is going to check in. Victoria Cancian will check in. Also coming in is Castellano, and Noah Khalifa will come in. So Coach Campbell's going to empty out the bench. Waldvogel comes in as well. Dolgen will sit. So now the Bulldogs starters will all sit. They've played a very impressive game here tonight. And now it's going to be Waldvogel to inbound. Hunter is not going to press. And Sandra Diaz will take it as the clock ticks away. Diaz crossing half court.
A complete performance here by the Bulldogs all around, it felt like tonight.
You love how the Bulldogs were able to handle the pressure and answer big plays. They countered with big plays when Hunter kept closing the gap a bit for the game.
And back-to-back good wins against Lehman and Hunter, teams that they took losses to earlier in the season.
Diaz's three is no good, but right there to grab the rebounds. Waldvogel, she'll swing it out to Diaz. Hunter's still going to foul. Here's a long three, and a score from Cheyenne Castellano. Nice way to finish it off if you're Brooklyn. Now coming in for Hunter is Emma Tung. Also Dorothea Yoakum checked in for Hunter. So Hunter's emptied out their bench as the clock now is ticking with 18 seconds. Yoakum, right wing for Stratton. Stratton watched by Cancian. Gets it down low to Makeda Murray, and we get a foul called against Cheyenne Castellano. But 10.4 seconds are left on the clock. So Makeda Murray will go to the line for 2 free throws, but the Bulldogs are going to give Hunter their very first loss of the year, and it's a very huge win if you're Brooklyn. You needed a win like this one, and Pat's giving me that brolic type of pose, like any football player would do, and you make that big sack or you make that big run.
When you're able to overcome the pressure that Hunter put on you all night and stay to your game plan and stick to what you do best, and they delivered a quality performance all around the board.
Murray's second free throw is good. Bulldogs lead is 21. And now Diaz will bring it up, and Yoakum's going to step back, crossing half court.
Diaz could just dribble this out, and she will. Diaz
will dribble it, and that is how this game will end. The Brooklyn College Bulldogs with a statement 68-47 win, knocking off Hunter College here tonight. And if you're the Bulldogs, you have to love the way they picked up momentum. They didn't let it go after the end of the first quarter. The Bulldogs just kept the foot on the gas. Big baskets down the stretch. Mia Daniel, a breakout game. You just love the way, Sean, the Bulldogs just played a complete game.
A great Mia Daniel game, a great couple of weeks for this team, but this game really stands out. You go up against an undefeated team that you took a brutal loss to earlier in the season at their home. You come in tonight, just all across the board, delivered all the way, and for a Brooklyn team, have really built the momentum going into the playoffs. When a couple of weeks ago, it kind of seemed it was a little questionable as to where they'd finish, but now there's a much more clearer picture.
It's definitely been a roller coaster ride if you're at Brooklyn College this year. It has not. Nothing's been easy for them this year. Nothing's been a gimme this year. But give the Bulldogs a lot of credit that they've been able to ride the ship. They've been able to keep themselves steady and kind of roll with the punches. And here the Bulldogs are, and they pick up the 68-47 win. We have our final stats here for the game. The Bulldogs went on to finish the game shooting only 32%. Hunter shot 31, so it was not a high percentage shooting game for either side. But the Bulldogs with 66 rebounds, 33 offensive rebounds. Hunter had just 10.
And Brooklyn only 13 turnovers.
Mia Daniel, 19 points and 13 rebounds, a double-double. 15 points and 9 assists for Mary Dolgen. 11 points for Anna Kitch. Alexa Charles had a double-double, 18 points, 14 rebounds, 12 points for Aaliyah Yodeh. But the story of this game was Mia Daniel and how great an effort she came out with today. And I think her starting is going to be here to stay.
Oh, absolutely. And we talk about a team like Baruch, who relies on Castillo, a team like this who relies on Charles. But Brooklyn doesn't have that. Brooklyn has an all-around team, complete performance, where it's like anyone could beat you on any given night.
Yeah, and that's what you got to love. You just love the way the Bulldogs just find different ways to win. This is what the Bulldogs are capable of doing when they can find different ways to win games. It doesn't always have to be Estrella. It does not always have to be Kitch. It doesn't always have to be Dorsey. The Bulldogs have so many different players that can all carry the load and all can carry the offense in different ways throughout the course of a season. And the Bulldogs are very lucky they have that at their disposal. As Pat joins me here on the mic, and definitely, Pat, one of the things I think you have to be very impressed with is just, Hunter was knocking on the door a few times. Bulldogs, though, didn't back down. They rode with those punches, and when the Bulldogs had to make plays, they did.
And the whole thing was about, this is a different Brooklyn College team that Hunter has seen. There was no Amia Daniel. There was no Alina Estrella. So now they saw a full continent of a basketball team that is going to be a force come the tournament time.
Oh, absolutely, no doubt. And now that we've seen, and we've only maybe just seen a fraction, but if Amia Daniel is capable of putting up games like this, I mean, what an extra weapon you have. What an extra weapon you're going to have.
It's a testament to the recruiting of the coaching staff for Brooklyn College to bring in players like Amia, to bring in McMullen, to bring in Waldvogel, because they've been instrumental when the starters were out. So Coach Campbell can now depend on her bench and not have to worry about a drop in production.
Absolutely, and you just have to like how the Bulldogs also continually were winning those battles for the loose ball. They were winning those offensive rebounds. And those are big plays. Those are differences in games, and they can decide the outcome of a lot of games. If you win by a few points or win by 10, 20, those offensive rebounds are a big difference in games. And for the Bulldogs to get those second, third chance opportunities and come with points at the end of them is huge.
And for a player like Amia Daniel, it felt like every rebound was huge. You remember every time she got a rebound because something good happened. She was able to kick it back out and get an open shot.
Absolutely. And we're going to get a word with two of the Bulldogs here momentarily. We're waiting for two of them to join us here. We'll have them up here momentarily.
Not for nothing, Jonathan. This is a huge win for Brooklyn College. Not just because they beat a team that was undefeated, but now they have avenged two losses to the two teams that beat them. And now you got to go on that road because now they have York. Then they have City College. Then they got
John Jay
in between.
This weekend is John Jay.
So if you can go on this run, win these next 3 games, you can not only solidify the number 2 spot, you might have a chance to get the number 1 spot.
Well, it's going to be a very interesting story here. And again, it goes back to what we spoke about with Coach Soletto. We asked him very simply, are the Bulldogs, do they have a run in them? Are they going to go on a run here to end the year? Are we beginning to see that run?
And he thought we were at the cusp of it, but not there yet. But a game like tonight really puts this team out ahead. A team that has had injury problems all season, finally now starting to fill their groove. And now this game feels like the big turning point of the season for them.
For sure. It's a big opponent you had to beat. Hunter has been tough all year. And we're going to get one of our Bulldogs here to join us right now. And it is Mary Dolgen. Hi. Come on in, Mary. Hello. There we go. All right, Mary, congratulations on today's win. This was a real bounce-back win against Hunter. We all didn't forget that last meeting. You guys came out and put Hunter away early towards the second quarter and then just carried it over into the rest of the game.
Yeah. This was a statement win for us. We've been talking about this game since we lost the first time. So it was like we knew what we had to do today, and we got it done.
When you guys are able to dictate pace early, getting those extra rebounds, those second, third chance opportunities, knocking down some big threes down the stretch. Just how much does it settle the team down? It just everybody can relax a little bit as the game goes.
We know we should be hitting those big shots, and we can. Just sometimes we play a little rush, we get a little excited, and Coach put an emphasis on playing fast but not frantic today, and I think that's what we did because we got the best shot possible most every possession.
Today we saw a breakout game for Amia Daniel, starting role. Are we only beginning to see maybe a small fraction of what she's capable of really doing?
Yeah, honestly, this whole new freshman 5 that we have this season, they're going to do great things. Amia, Danae, everybody, Audrey, Noha, Sierra, they're amazing players. Mimi is really, really good, and she's like she could do it all. Like, she could shoot, she could drive, she's fast, she could play. She's amazing at defense, so she's a great addition, and she's going to be. I can't wait to see her as a senior.
For you individually, it seemed like you really were able to find your shots tonight. 6 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from the three-point line. What does that mean to you as a player after you're struggling the last couple of games?
I've been struggling because I just came back from injury. I sprained my ankle pretty bad. So I've been trying to get into it quick. I think I got into it. I had a few bad games, but my teammates have been motivating me the entire time, like telling me to, keep shooting, keep working on it, and I feel like I found my pace again.
Do you feel like this team is now beginning to go on that run that maybe we've been maybe it just hasn't been there all year, but maybe it's starting to happen now?
No, for sure. I feel like actions speak louder than words, so I feel like we've been losing, but I think I don't think we're going to lose another game this season.
All right, Mary, thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you so
on the win.
much.
Thank you.
All right, and now let's bring in our star of the game, our double-double machine today.
Double-double?
Yeah, you got a double-double. Yes, you did. 19 and 15 rebounds, 13 rebounds for Amia. Daniel, a breakout game this was for you tonight. First of all, talk about now in a starting role and how much confidence Coach Campbell has given you to take the starting role and run with it.
Well, first it starts in practice. It starts with sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
First it starts in practice. You just gotta work hard, play defense, go against each other, and then bring it out in actual games.
Absolutely. And you guys were able to really pick it up a notch after the first quarter. You took the lead late, and then you just slowly but surely knocked down some offensive rebounds, knocked down a few big threes, slowly taking Hunter and Alexa Charles out of the game. And how important was that to really distance yourselves from Hunter for the rest of the game going forward?
We had to block out the leading scorer, which was Charles. Just play the sport,
Absolutely. Well, yeah.
For a player like you individually, able to get 13 rebounds, 6 of them offensive. Where does the switch flip for you to be so aggressive, to go for the loose balls, to want to get offensive rebounds for your team, whether you guys are down or up big?
Well, Hunter's stronger. In order for Hunter to score, they usually score over turnovers or defensive rebounds. So we had to be more aggressive and crash the boards, get more rebounds higher than Hunter, and then put it back up. Either get fouled or just play aggressive.
Your next game coming up will be at the Doghouse, John Jay College. This is an opponent you guys have seen throughout the year. It's a very tough opponent. How important is it to keep this momentum going and you've knocked off Hunter, giving them their first loss in CUNYAC play. How important is it to carry that into the next game going into John Jay?
To show the league that we're number one. Even though we're on number 3 right now, but to show the team we're number 1 and we're coming for the chip.
All right. Good. Always good. Amia Daniel, thank you so much for your time. And now let's get head coach Megan Campbell in here.
How are you?
Good. Doing good, Coach. Coach, that was one of the great performances we've seen this season. This team really, after the first quarter, got the lead late. Then your team really kind of locked it down, getting some huge baskets, winning the rebounding battle, getting a few second, third chance opportunities, and making some big defensive plays. Has that been missing from the early part of the year, and is it finally beginning to kind of come together at this stage of the season?
Yeah, we've been stressing to them. We got a rebound, crash the offensive boards. I thought we did a great job tonight. Hunter's a great team. I thought we really, stepped up to the plate. I knew they were ready for the challenge. Very proud, extremely happy to have a healthy team back as well. So just extremely proud of the way they played tonight.
When you guys are able to be up so big but still be so aggressive, as a coach, what do you tell your players to keep the aggressiveness, to keep the high intensity going?
Yeah, we have a saying, not too high, not too low. We're still looking to play our same style of basketball throughout the entire 40 minutes, and I thought we did a great job of that tonight.
We have now seen Amia Daniel get thrust into the starting role. Was it a matter of time that she was going to be taking on this role, and has she slowly just begun to really assert herself to that starting role and really picking up her game as the season's gone along?
Yeah, coming in, she was a freshman. She had a lot of freshman tendencies. We've really challenged her throughout the season. I think she's risen to the occasion. She obviously She's had some ups and downs throughout the season, but she's here now, so she's ready for it.
Do you feel like this team is just beginning to go on that run that maybe we've been waiting for this whole season, that they can go on that run to close out the season and then go strong into the playoffs?
I hope so, right? But yeah, the biggest takeaway, we took care of the basketball today, and that's what we're capable of when we take care of the basketball. So we got to just continue to do it, continue to make it a point of emphasis, and we're ready to go. So.
Now, heading into the playoffs, into the championship season, is there anything specifically that you think the team could improve on or do better, other than free throws, obviously, which are the biggest?
Free throws, taking care of the basketballs. We got a lot to clean up in practice. I did throw some new stuff in there, so we're just going to be fine-tuning things throughout the season. So.
Your next game will be against John Jay at the Doghouse. How important is it to keep this momentum going, and another tough opponent ahead of you, but to be able to pull this against John Jay, to be able to play with that same intensity going into your next game?
Yeah, it's extremely important. John Jay's a great team. We know what we're getting every time we step in that gym, so we got to bring the same level of intensity that we brought today.
All right, Coach Campbell, thank you so much for your time.
I appreciate it.
Always. That was Coach Megan Campbell. The Brooklyn College Women's Bulldogs come away with a 68-47 win, bringing Pat back in. And if the run is now about to begin, if you're Brooklyn right now, and the turnovers are slowly beginning to become less of a thing now, the Bulldogs are winning those battles for the rebounding. Do you think the Bulldogs have that next wind in them, that second wind, to really start to dictate the pace here in the CUNYAC
The
Conference?
confidence that they just gained for these two wins at home against teams they just lost to, I think it sends a message to the John Jays and to Hunter and to Lehman and to anybody else in the conference. Hey, we're not the four-time defending champions for nothing. Yes, the James sisters are not here. Yes, Chanel Chamat's not here. But the pedigree that Coach Alice Lang brought, transferred over to Megan Campbell, it's still here. It still exists. So don't count Brooklyn out.
Not at all.
And it really speaks to what Brooklyn could go to, because you have a lot of graduating seniors coming up. Obviously, Dorsey will be back, Gutierrez will be back, but to have someone like Amia Daniel be a freshman that you're going to have in your program for years to come is a really positive sign for this team down the road.
Most definitely. And think about the seniors that are on this team. Alina Estrella, not Anna Kitch, I'm sorry, Aaliyah Rafat. They want to go out and win her. Yep. They haven't lost since they've been here. Anna Kitch, obviously, last year was her first year.
Et cetera, yeah.
Right, so they want to carry that pedigree, but you got to take one game at a time. You took care of Hunter, now you're focused on John Jay, and you know that's a big rivalry.
And these are the last three pieces from the Alex Lang tree. These are the last remaining players that were on Coach Lang's staff originally when he coached. So this is going to be a very amazing, could be a very amazing farewell tour, as the Bulldogs are now just, what are we now, 6 more games left to go in the regular season before we get to the end. So we're just beginning this ride, ladies and gents, and when we come back, we're going to have the men's Bulldogs in action against the men's Hawks. Myself and Pat Brown will have live coverage of that game here from the West Quad. But for now, your final score, the Bulldogs 68, Hunter Hawks 47. And we'll be back with the men's game in a little while. Back after this.